Hello everyone, so I will be going to discuss the lymphatic disorder. So before I discuss that, let's recall something. First, let's define what is lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is an organ system in vertebrates that is part of the immune system and complementary to the circulatory system. Next, let's define what is immunity. Immunity, it refers to the ability of the body to defend itself against diseases causing organisms. Next, let's define what is antibody. Antibody, it refers to the protein produced by the body's immune system when it detects harmful substances called antigens. And lastly, let's define what is pathogens. Pathogens, it is defined as an organism causing disease to its host, with the severity of the disease's symptoms referred to as virulence. So now, let's proceed to the lymphatic disorders and immunity. The lymphatic disorders. First, lymphadenitis. It refers to the inflammation and enlargement of lymph nodes, usually as a result of infection. Lymphadenitis is the medical term for enlargement in one or more lymph nodes. Usually due to infection, lymph nodes are filled with white blood cells that help your body fight infections. The swollen glands are usually found near the site of an infection, tumor, or inflammation. Lymphadenitis may occur after skin infection or other infection caused by bacteria such as Streptococcus or Staphylococcus. Sometimes it is caused by rare infections such as tuberculosis or cat scratch disease, and this is an example of lymphadenitis. Next is the lymphangitis. It is an inflammation of lymphatic vessels as a result of bacterial infection. Appears as painful red streaks under the skin. Lymphangitis refers to inflammation of your lymphatic vessels. It's a confirmation of skin infection, but it can also occur in people with certain type of cancer and other health conditions. Lymphangitis treatments include antibiotics and anti-inflammatory medications, and this is an example of lymphangitis. Next is the lymphedema. It refers to the swelling of tissues with lymph caused by obstruction of excision of lymphatic vessels. Lymphedema is swelling due to buildup of lymph fluid in the body. Lymph nodes act like a drain in your sink. If the drain is clogged, the fluid cannot drain. It usually happens in the arms or legs, but can occur in the other parts of the body. An infection such as cellulitis can sometimes cause of lymphedema. Severe cellulitis can damage the tissue around the lymphatic system, causing it to become scarred. Filariasis can also cause of lymphedema. Lymphatic filariasis is a parasitic disease caused by microscopic, thread-like worms, and in this example, there are stages of lymphedema. And next is the lymphoma. It refers to any neoplastic disease of lymphoid tissue. Lymphoma refers to the types of cancers that begin in the lymphatic system, the various lymph glands around our body. When abnormal white blood cells grow, lymphomas are the sixth most common form of cancer overall, excluding the non-melanoma skin cancer. And this is an example of lymphoma. And now, let's move to immunity. First, let's define what is immunity. Immunity is the ability to resist the harmful effects of microorganisms and other foreign substances. Adaptive immunity exhibits specificity and memory. Innate immunity does not show specificity or a memory. Next, let's define what is specificity. It refers to the ability of adaptive immunity to recognize a particular substance. Next, let's define what is memory. Memory. It is the ability of adaptive immunity to remember previous encounters with a particular substance. Thus, future responses are faster, stronger, and long-lasting. Next, let's define what is interferons. It refers to the proteins that protect the body against the viral infections. Next, let's define what is complement. It refers to a group of 20 or so proteins that circulate in the blood in an inactive form. It also provides a major mechanism for destroying foreign substances in the body. Next, let's define what is body-mediated immunity. It is an effective against extracellular antigens such as bacteria, viruses, or the outside cells, and toxins, also involved in the allergic reaction. Next, let's define what is complement. It refers to a group of 20 or so proteins that circulate in the blood in an inactive form. It also provides a major mechanism for destroying foreign substances in the body. Next, let's define what is body-mediated immunity. It is an effective against extracellular antigens such as bacteria, viruses, or the outside cells, and toxins, also involved in the allergic reaction. Next, let's define what is immunoglobulin G, or also known as IgG. It activates complement, increases phagocytosis, and can cross the placenta, thus providing immune protection to the fetus and newborn. Also, it is responsible for the Rh reaction. Next, let's define what is immunoglobulin A, or also known as IgA. It is secreted to saliva, tears, and mucous membranes found in the colostrum milk. And next, let's define what is immunoglobulin M, or also known as IgM. It acts as antigen-binding receptor on the surface of B cells responsible for transfusion reaction in the ABO blood system. Next, let's define what is cell-mediated immunity. It is essential for fighting the viral infection. And lastly, let's define what is immunotherapy. It is the threats of disease by altering immune system function or by directly attacking harmful cells through stimulation and inhibition. That's all for the lymphatic disorders and immunity. And for the summary of my report, the lymphatic system is the system that drains fluid and protein from the tissue and returns them to the bloodstream. This system also participates in the immunity and aids in the absorption of fats from the digestive tract. Moreover, it is an organ system in vertebrates that is part of the immune system and the complementary to the circulatory system. The importance of knowing the lymphatic system is easily seen when it comes to the immune system, protecting the body against illness and boosting the body's ability to stay healthy and strong. Furthermore, it will also help you avoid various lymphatic disorders and identify symptoms and disorders of lymphatic system and their possible treatments. Nonetheless, knowing the immunities inside your body is crucial because they are the ones who help us maintain individual health. That's all. Thank you for listening for my report. I am Casey Urbi and my report is about the lymphatic disorders and immunity. Thank you and God bless.